Hi, my name is Alex, and today I would like to talk to you about how to build your dream major incident management team. The reason I stress your team is because, based on my personal experience, each team is different, as are the organizations they are in. We all have different experiences. We offer different services, we have different stakeholders, different organizational structures. So it stands to reason that our team needs and requirements will be different too. It may be that my idea of a dream team will differ from yours. Now, the reason I chose this topic is because building the major incident management structure was one of the biggest challenges I've encountered in my current role. During this past year, I've experimented with multiple options, received lots of feedback, and I'm now in the process of building the right team for our organization. Hopefully my experience will help you in your journey and challenge how you think about major incident management team structures. Before we deep dive into this topic, a little bit about myself and how I ended up with this particular challenge on my hands. I've been working in the IT service management space for over 15 years. My previous roles have included IT service desk agent, global service desk manager, service management consultant, and I'm currently heading up the IT service management team for a major video game company. Exciting journey, and as you can tell, service management is one of my passions. I've been part of major incident management teams in a number of organizations and industries. I've seen various types of such team structures and encountered distinct challenges in building and training these teams. What works for one organization won't necessarily work for another. That's why context is so important. When you think about introducing a major incident management function in your organization, it is imperative that you consider your context. What does your organization look like? Do you work in a traditional IT operations environment? Or is it veered more towards DevOps? Or, like in my case, is it both? Can you have one single, dedicated, major incident management team? Do you have dedicated resources as part of this team? Or are they performing this role in addition to their day-to-day job? What types of stakeholders do you have? Do they understand the value of major incident management? Are you able to build the right relationships and trust within your organization with this team structure? All these are very important factors and must be taken into consideration. So, understand your organization's needs. Understand who your stakeholders are and what they expect from you, and understand who makes up your major incident management team. What skills, soft and technical, what personalities you have on your team, and make the best use of that team's strengths. Our organization has a mix of traditional IT for corporate services and DevOps for online services. Both these teams are part of our IT service management ecosystem. The support models, stakeholders, and indeed ways of working between these two IT worlds are different and overlapping at the same time. This makes for a very interesting work environment and constantly challenges what we do. Working with this level of complexity enables us to mature our tools and processes, as well as drives us to experiment and learn all the time. When I joined Enix over 3 years ago, my goal was to help prepare our teams for increased demand and improved service delivery. We have a wide remit, over 20 teams to consider, supporting local and global services. Lots to do, but we had to start with the beginning. We had to start where we were at the time. We've met with all the teams, reviewed their systems, ways of working, and identified the areas in which we can bring the most value. The first big change was to bring all these teams together into one single platform. This enabled us to improve collaboration and gain visibility into how we work as an organization. We started small, incident management and request fulfillment, and then moved on to adding change management, automated service catalog and CMDB. And since then, we continue to mature day by day. Having taken these steps, we were now in a better position to start thinking about how to better deal with major incidents. Not just by waking up the entire leadership team in the middle of the night and then going to the most senior members of the team whenever an issue occurred. No, we had to do better than that. As our services grew to be more and more complex and our organization expanded, this model was no longer feasible. So, we looked across our organization to identify key people that could make this new major incident management function a success. Service desk managers across our multiple locations and online operations managers now make up our major incident management team. Now we all had to be on the same page. We had to make this work and mature our approach. First things first, we all went through major incident management training. Even though all of us held previous major incident management roles, this helped us build confidence, a common language, and a better way to deal with major incidents, as well as an improved understanding on how to build strong relationships with our key stakeholders. Not only did it bring us together geographically, but also in terms of how we were thinking about major incidents. And after 1 week of on-site training and team building, we were ready to go. We started our regular team meetings, put together a plan to launch our new function, but something wasn't quite working yet. Remember the two worlds? Traditional IT versus DevOps, corporate versus online support? Our major incident management team was made of half corporate IT managers and the other half focused on online services support. Different challenges, objectives, and speed. There were major advantages to keeping this team together. Learning from each other's experiences was one of the major positive factors. But the reality was, the structure wasn't working for us. Most people, if you ask them, will say a major incident manager will be able to perform this role for corporate IT services or for online services or any other service you can think of. I used to think like that too, but I don't anymore. This did not work for our context. So we decided to split the team into two. We took a very non-traditional approach to major incident management. Taking risks and experimenting is something we ought to do in order to discover new, more efficient and effective ways of working. Having two separate major incident management teams helped us progress much faster, deliver the process changes the teams needed, and mature the tools in a way that best fit their needs. Our online major incident management team is more mature, and the main reason is feedback. This feedback was gained by dealing with more incidents, by learning from previous incidents, and by listening to the feedback from our stakeholders. Keeping the team as one would have not enabled us to build a strong relationship we have with our stakeholders today. Focusing on each stream of work is working for us. Now, 6-12 months down the road, this might change, but if it will help us deliver a better, faster and more reliable service, then this is a change we would definitely embrace. So, what is helping us deliver better, faster, and more reliable services? Our tools and processes. To begin, let's take a look at detection, triggers, and automation. We have our monitoring systems and the automated reactive incident creation integrated with PagerDuty, tool which we are using for our incident response. We have integrations between PagerDuty and our ITSM tools for incident management, service catalog, and automated change management. This ensures consistency across our tool stack and supports automated actions across these different platforms. Now, let's take a step towards validation and automation. One of the first things we've done as a team was to define when an incident becomes a major incident. Not an easy task. We created a generic criteria and just ran with it. Best to keep it simple and practical. Then mature based on feedback. Context is always going to play an important role. And if unsure, just declare the incident and figure out how to improve during your major incident review process. Of course, if you're at the level of maturity where all your systems are integrated and you can have an automated escalation based on service and CI relationships, then this is a great way forward and takes a lot of the guesswork out of the equation. Full disclosure, we are not there yet, not across all our services, but we are definitely on our way. Let's talk about communication and automation. We know that communication is key during a major incident. At the same time, the incident manager has a lot of moving parts to deal with. The more we can do to streamline the process, the better. This is why we move from email communication towards a service status page. By having predefined templates in place, the appropriate subscribers enlisted, we are ready to communicate in a more efficient and effective manner. Not only during incidents, but also by sharing our findings in post-mortem updates. The stakeholders interested in the status of the service now have a place to check the current status of their incidents, review past incidents, and see what measures we are taking to continuously improve. Now, let's have a quick look at incident response and automation. By utilizing this tool stack, we make sure that the right teams will be paged when an incident occurs, and when needed, the major incident management team will be engaged as well. Based on the service configuration and due to the integration with our service catalog, we know which teams we need to engage. We can then create response plays and ensure all teams we need for resolving the incidents are involved from the get-go. And finally, incident resolution and automation. Once a major incident is resolved, we've decided to automatically create a major incident review form. We want to learn as much as possible from every single major incident. And good news, we don't have that many. Our major incident review form is automatically updated with information from our incident management system. And if we identify any actions our teams need to perform to ensure the issue does not repeat itself or to further improve the service, this can be tracked through tasks created from this form directly into our service management tools. Now, you probably noticed there is a theme: automation. We are always looking to optimize the way we work with our tool stack and to use our processes in a way that promotes a better, faster, and more reliable service. Automation is key to this. All this sounds great, but it is not yet used across all our services. We are only just beginning. However, we have proved this to be successful, and our next challenge will be to bring more services and more teams to these new ways of working. The focus on the major incident management process helped us pivot on these initiatives and bring the maturity levels we see today. Focusing on one particular stream of work allows us to move faster and dedicate more time to put all these processes, tools, integrations, and automation in place. So, next time you think about your major incident management structure and function within the organization, think about your unique context. What is it going to work for you? Experiment different ways of working, and the results might just surprise you. In closing, I would like to thank my colleagues in the major incident management team for their support, creativity, and hard work, and all of you for listening.